In this part of the course, we're going to talk about the single most important part of any job application process, and that, of course, is you, the candidate. When we are applying for a job, we often spend a lot of time thinking, what does the recruiter want, the company? What are they looking for? And perhaps we spend not enough time thinking, what do I want? What am I looking for? What will make me happy? What would I love to do? And what would I really not love to do? And as an experienced recruiter, I am amazed at how many candidates I have met and interviewed who have not done any thinking about this, or at least not done sufficient detailed thinking about this. And these are the candidates who will apply for many jobs, send off many CVs, go to many interviews and get no job offers, or at least they won't get an offer that they want. Now, why is this? This is because recruiters are looking to hire people who will work for the company, ideally for the long term, but at the very least in the medium term. People who know what they are good at and can offer a company, but also these people must have a development plan for their careers. They know what they want to do, they know what they want to learn, and they know where they want to be in 5 years' time. So, knowing yourself really well is the first crucial step to forming a strong job application strategy. And there are 3 things that I'm going to focus on: my skills, my values, my ambitions. If you really understand these elements of yourself, you will have so much more confidence in any interview, because the company will want to know if your skills, values and ambitions match with their requirement for the role and the company. So, your first challenge: start thinking right now in detail about what you want, what you're good at, and what is important to you in your career. Let's have a look at the About Me sheet. You need to think about what you want. You need to be specific. And you need to include all the different ways a job will affect you. I've listed on the sheet some very typical goals that you can apply to many professional roles. But you need to be specific about your goals. What do you enjoy doing? What responsibility in your last role were you most excited about? What is your long-term career goal? What role do you need to do now to help you get to your ideal role in the future? And how long would you like to stay at the company? Is prestige important to you? How do you want to be seen by your peers, your family, your friends? Do you want to travel? Do you want to work from home? Do you want a flexible schedule? And how much money do you want to make? Let's move on to skills. Now here we need to think of specific examples and things that you can clearly demonstrate. You can see some of the skills that I developed during my career, and I have added another dimension. What did I enjoy doing? Factoring in skills which I enjoy doing is really important. That way I can identify them in a job search. As for weaknesses or things that I'm not so good at, again, crucial information. There are plenty of things I wasn't good at, but I wanted to become great at. These form part of my development plan and were great talking points in interviews. Okay, so think, what awards or recognitions have you received? In what situations do your colleagues come to you for help or advice? What would your boss, your colleagues and your clients say about you? Let's move on to values. What do we mean by values? It's quite a vague term. But on my sheet, you will see some very clear and important examples of values that I have developed during my career. Can you apply these to yourself? Can you demonstrate these values that I've listed? What other values are there? Values are the important principles that we follow in life. What qualities and characteristics define the way we live and therefore define the company that we want to work for? Do not underestimate how important values are when it comes to choosing a company to apply for. The values of a company will have a significant influence on how you are treated at work and therefore how happy you will be in the workplace. So now we have thought more deeply about ourselves. It's the most important step. What are we good at? What are we not so good at? What do we want from a role? What do we not want from a role? And what type of company do we wish to work for? And how do we want to be treated by that company and its colleagues? You will see later in the course just how useful and important this self-assessment process is. So please take it seriously. You will see the benefit of this section.